Aedes albopictus, also known as the Asian tiger mosquito, are native to tropical and subtropical regions in Southeast Asia. They have spread to many countries, including Palmyra Atoll, through globalization, such as international travel and trade of goods. However, recent studies published in 2018 found that this species of mosquito has been extirpated in Palmyra Atoll following rat eradication. Scientists have failed to find any reports of mosquito bites, let alone the actual mosquito, even when using black lights and scent traps. On the other hand, Culex quinquefaciatus, another house mosquito, has had a consistently high population on Palmyra Atoll before and after rat eradication. Because mammals provide a plentiful and preferred blood meal, Aedes albopictus diet consists of primarily mammals including rats. By contrast, Culex quinquefaciatus primarily fed on seabirds. Scientists hypothesize that due to rat eradication, a diet of only non-rat mammals, primarily humans, as well as seabirds, was insufficient to the growth or maintenance of Aedes albopictus population. This eradication of species of mosquito has been the first of its kind. Furthermore, such studies have provided strong evidence for the fact that changes in population of preferred host can have coupled drastic effects on mosquito populations. The scope of these findings project into the field of health. Kevin D. Lafferty et al. Claims that preferred host abundance can limit mosquito populations, opening new directions for controlling important disease vectors that depend on introduced species like rats.
In 2009, before the rat eradication, all the insects were surveyed with black light traps across 15 islands for 54 nights. In 2015 and 16, after the rat eradication, the researchers used 130 trap nights across 49 islands, hung a black light trap in the forest, 100 meters from the cap overnight, once a week, 54 times over 20 months, and used scent traps for 8 continuous months. Mosquito species captured per night trap before and after were compared using a linear model, with island as the random effect. The pooled proportional abundance of the species trapped was also calculated, allowing them to estimate percentages of Aedes before and after the rat eradication.
This particular figure extrapolated from the article provides a clear representation of how Culex and Aedes mosquitoes were affected by rat eradication on the atoll and why the observed changes occurred. The Culex mosquitoes have a higher desire to seek birds as their hosts, while Aedes mosquitoes would much rather have a mammalian host in the form of a human or a rat. Thus, when humans and rats began their extinction from the atoll, the Aedes mosquitoes were negatively selected against in comparison to Culex mosquitoes, who were well adapted to using birds as hosts. Furthermore, this bar graph juxtaposes the effect of rat eradication on the amount of Aedes and Culex mosquitoes captured by blacklight traps by displaying a severe decrease in numbers for the Aedes population, while Culex mosquitoes appear to thrive.
According to the World Health Organization, the 2-year time span that they studied is enough evidence to claim a mosquito eradication, since mosquitoes can easily return to previously eradicated areas, as proven by a study on a nearby island. Rainfall was also demonstrated to not be a factor in the eradication, as wetter and drier than average years were seen in the years after the rat extinction. Therefore, since the time period and local rainfall patterns do not suggest an unsuitable environment, the Aedes albopictus must have been eradicated from the region. The authors compare their results with the results of a similar experiment, which had demonstrated in another region that the same mosquito had simply transferred from rats to humans, as human bites increased at the same time that rat density decreased. However, a lack of humans on the island did not allow for a significant amount of mosquitoes to survive. Therefore, it was hypothesized that the mosquitoes disappeared because of a lack of their favorite blood meal, the rats, and a lack of a living space, coconuts opened by the rats. The local extinction of mosquitoes is comparable to other secondary extinctions, all with parasitic creatures. This relates to our bioclass, specifically community ecology, because the mosquitoes act as a parasite on the mammals of the area, so the rat extinction causes a drop in mosquitoes.